So this is a film I had to make. This is a Scoutcrafter, not a challenge, levels challenge. And I've got to say, from the offset, I bought a few to add to and go along with it, but this is actually, you know, as a collector, you appreciate other collectors, don't you? So I've bought this. I haven't actually collected these over years and then made a box for them. This I bought somebody else's collection of, and the reason the measures are in there because it's J. Rabone and Son, Birmingham. I like collecting. Part of what I collect best is local firms, local vintage firms, you know, history firms. So that was one box. And then this is just a box of a mixture of levels. And then this one came along again with a homemade box. You know, whenever I get offered, you don't say no, dear. So where are we going to begin? Where are we going to begin? Wow, J. Rabone. This is before Rabone and Chesterman, so it's earlier than Chesterman. And these are all Rabones. And each Rabone has a number, has its own number. So I've been banished to the kitchen. So let's have, this is a level and a measure. Bit of both, this one, isn't it? And what we're doing now, look, I've stolen Debbie's a foot. That's I've stolen Debbie's Lazy Susan, so we can have a look at them. Again, look, it's got a number on it. Whenever you're picking up Rabone stuff, they all have their own number on them. And yes, we do have a brass, or the one that hooks on a line, Rabone and Son, made in England. This is very similar to what John Scoutcrafter had, but this one is J. Rabone and Sons. Look, very similar. That sort of size. We've got another one slightly bigger, or slightly longer, I should say. Yeah, and you can. There's a difference in. I have said it has come up before. I have shown the collection before in the comments. It's about the liquid. We call these boat levels. I know they look like a torpedo level. It's another little level. I have them everywhere, and see Rabone and Son, Birmingham, made in England. We've got these ones. Again, got the little. It's for going on top of round tubes. If you want to level a tube, it's for sitting on top of round tubes. This is what it sits on easier with the Rabone and Son in it. I've still got the snivels. It's not going away. These snivels aren't going away. Did I bring my measurer? Yeah. What was this? Don't know what I did with it. I thought I had a tape measure with me. Maybe I did. Oh yeah, I did. This one is, whoops, that one's a 8-inch. Yeah, let's do that. Let's lock that off. We can have that whenever we want it. The 8-inch one. So here we are, same as John's ones. Close over, look, and adjustable. Machine levels. Very much the same. Very much the same. This one is a 4-inch. It's got the J. Rabone Rabone and Son, look. That's the 4-inch, because that's what it says up there, 4-inch. The 6-inch, look. Yeah. The 6-inch. Yep. And then we have the 8-inch. Yep, the 8-inch machine level. Somebody spent a lot of time finding these. You do see them, but to try and get them all together in one place, wow, that's a mission and a half, this one. What's it say? 12-inch. Let's have a look. Yep. Foot a 12-incher. Again, and you see how the liquid is changing colour. Do you see? There's a little level on the end there. Yeah. We've got a little one here, really nicely decorated. We haven't added to the levels in quite some time, have we? No, we should really. There's always so much stuff to pick up out there, isn't there? So much. So that's that box. Only because we've all got plenty of these. You see them everywhere. But trying to find a nice clean one. That's with all the markings on it that have come up. And again, this will have a number on it somewhere. Let's have a look if we can find it. There we are, look. Warranted Boxwood Rabone, made in England. 1390, yeah. So, I don't know, as soon as I saw Scoutcrafter bring out the levels, do they go down or do they go up? I think they go up, yeah. So that's that box. And then we've got this box, slightly different. Again, look, the liquid, the age of it, the liquid has changed. Can you see? This is, hold on. This is mighty. It's got a mighty age on it. It's a 9-inch. Yeah. It's got the bubble on it. See? Oh, it's got 2 bubbles on it. Ah. Oh no, it isn't. It's 1 bubble. 1 long bubble. And this, I think, is the oldest. Hold on. This, I think, is the oldest one. I believe it's French. It has got a name, but it's in a very secret spot. Hold on, it's very difficult to spot the name on one of these. Can't remember where it is now. There's no name on that one except the liquid inside is a different colour, look, and it looks way more accurate type of level because it's got one hell of a long bulb on it. A bubble, I should say. Oops. So I'd say, trying to get that in there. Well, that must be pretty accurate. Yeah. I don't know what the M24 means. That lives in that case. I don't know if it belongs in that case, but it came in that case. So I presume that's that case for it. This one. This comes off or is the same people that made sextants. What's the name on this one? Can you see it? Let's have a look. See? U-Pros AM. If you put that in, you will find a picture of this. on, and it's right near a. So I reckon that's come off off a boat. You know, the old sailing boat thing. When you what was it, a sextant you held up into and looked at the stars? I could be wrong. I don't know. But anyway, there's that one. We've got a few of the others. All brass, you know, a backup Rabone one. Is that a Rabone? I think it is. Yeah, J Rabone. We've got another one here, look. London. Who is that? Oh, Buck and Hickman. It's a Buck and Hickman level, that one. Oh, yeah. It's very funny when you collect something and you don't pull them out very often. These live, obviously they don't live in the shed. There's a nice plumb bob with a level in it, or a plumb bob and a level. So you can see if something's level and if it's straight, plumb bob. Ah, yeah. Oh, there is something. This angle. That doesn't belong there. Do you see that? That's a. Is that a Rabone and Chesterman? I think it is. It's what it became, wasn't it? Come on. What can we see? Yeah, Chesterman, Sheffield, England. Yeah. An angle finder or a centre finder or that sort of a thing. We've got one here. It's really bog standard one. Goes in your pocket. It's a Speedo trademark. Speed tool. What's this one? That's just a level out of something somewhere. Here's one here. What was this one? Again, the liquid is a different colour. Showing its age. What's this one? Box. Is it something box? Oh, look, a wooden one. London. This one's called a. What is it called? You see? What's that called? Oh, there's another one. Oh dear. Now that's a nice one. There's a lovely pattern on this one. Small wood. You do see these small woods come along, come around and about. Actually, I know there's a few levels that could come into the kitty. What have we got in here? This one is it's a Stanley. Oh, let's have a look. This one is a Stanley, look. Stanley level. Is that a date? 96. No, pattern number, yeah. Fancy 96. Yeah. And let's have a look. Let me just put that back in the box. Don't lose the lid. Yeah. It takes a job. Everything finally just fits in this box. I can't put any more in there. Another one of those. I've got a name on this one. Bound to have somewhere, aren't we? Some of the names are well hidden, and I forget where they're hidden. I can't find them. Is that one? What has that one got? No name on that one. There's this one. It's another little beauty. What it's got is that a T? Looks like the name was there. Rubbed away, polished away, do you think? Yeah. Anything under there? No. Right, let's put that box there for now. And there, I'd like to say this is the piece de resistance. Ooh, did we have a name on this one? Can't remember. No, there's no name on this one. This one is a bit longer. We've got to go further back. Hold on. This one is 18 inches. Hold on. Yeah, this one is 18 inches. A machine level. Oh, I wonder what fancy machine this leveled up in its day. Have we got a name? I don't think we've got a name. And they do come up beautiful. They do. It's just hit the temperature now. This one lives out in the shed, so that's why I've brought it in, and it's full of condensation. Did we have a name on this? I don't think we did. No. Pity. Unless the name is under that. What is that? What is that? No. Unless someone's refurbished it, repainted it or something. Because you do see that, don't you? But anyway, that is my not a challenge Scoutcrafter level, and I don't really want to. I haven't got many of the other levels. We've got maybe 6 or 7 levels knocking about, but nothing compares to what we do, you know, vintage stuff. So I don't really want to include all the other stuff in it. But yeah, this is my not a challenge level video for Scoutcrafter, and everyone else, beat that if you can. Put that, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Yeah. And we're talking about first aid. And you know, okay, you know I'm a truck driver now, but I can't remember never having a job that involved driving in one way or another. I think that and I was a rep at one. I did do a while of selling stuff. I put my foot when I first started. How young am I there? That is within the Cosford Air Show. Have we got a year? That is in 1984. And Wallace Cameron First Aid Supplies. I used to be a Wallace Cameron rep, and I think that was a B reg, because the one I had before was the car version, and it was egg 42X. I always remember the registration of it. So that was an X reg, and then I had that from the firm. They converted to vans, so if somebody bought something, I used to go around. I wasn't allowed to go into factories. That was industrial. That was a different thing. But I used to go around cafes and hotels, anywhere that you'd think should have a first aid box. And a lot of the hotels, I would just virtually walk in, in my suit, and say, "Can I see your? I'm from Wallace Cameron. Can I see your first aid box?" And they'd sort of, I don't know, maybe guess I was an inspector or something, and I'd tell them, right, you need some of this burn spray and bandages and packets of. There was 2 now. One did it in dozens and imperial, and the other one did it in metric. There was another firm on my patch belonging to the same crowd, and so a whole lot used to do imperial, which I think I was, and then there was another crowd that did it in metric sizes. Yeah, this is Wallace Cameron from Glasgow. I believe they're still going. It's a funny thing, whenever I go anywhere I look for their boxes, because all their first aid boxes, you know, like the works boxes, the boxes in work, let me know, are you in work? And the name on your first aid kit in your workplace, whether it be a hotel, a factory, or offices, or whatever, has it got Wallace Cameron on it? So that's me in 1984. I don't know how long I was with them for. A year or 2, I guess. I remember getting called up to Glasgow, Castle Milk they came from, in Glasgow, and I had to drive up to Glasgow to the head office, and that was the first massive journey I did on my own, and I thought it would be easy. I thought I would find the signs for Glasgow. Hold on, let me get a map for you, hold on. Now, at the time I lived in North Wales and this was my patch. And I remember, and there's no dual carriageway, no motorway. There was an Aber bypass, there was a bit of a dual carriageway, that's it. It's where we used to go and test our cars on the Aber bypass, and that was it. And there was no, and the motorway sort of started over here in Chester that way, which was the M6. And I came and I went and I was headed towards Manchester, and I presumed I would look for a left turn. I had an idea where I was going, so I was looking for Glasgow, Scotland signs. I was in the middle of Manchester, got myself in a hell of a mess. Anyway, I must have spoken to somebody, or somebody give me guidance. Everything goes to Preston. All the signs are headed up to Preston, and then they go from Preston to Carlisle. There's no mention of Scotland. There's no mention of Edinburgh or Glasgow on the signs. All the signs, you head up for Preston. You're looking for Preston, and when you get near Preston or towards Preston, which is the M6, then the signs change, and then you're looking for Carlisle, and then you make your way to Carlisle on the signs, watching this, because no sat nav then, it was all maps and all the rest of it, you know, and I probably didn't even have a map hardly. Then you go from Carlisle and then you see Glasgow and Edinburgh, and generally you take the shortcut and you go up to Edinburgh. But yeah, I was going to Glasgow, and I remember coming on the 62. Then you came along from here and then you caught 62. The first time for me to go on a motorway was around here. I absolutely pooped myself. Where did all these, because remember, I'm a country bumpkin. 1984, we've got one dual carriageway, that's all we had. Everything else was 2 lanes. That's how I've been brought up. So that was my very first epic journey. Yeah. We used to go to Rill now and again, and we used to come down on the bikes on our little 50s. We might go over to Rill, and that's as far as we ever ventured. Or as a kid, you'd go to Buchelli. If you went any further than Buchelli, you dropped off the end of the earth. Do you know what I mean? It's funny, you live in a patch, don't you? And then as your horizons expand, and the adventures, I sort of miss that. There's nowhere here that I don't really know. There's nowhere here that I hardly remember. You know, I've been before or nearby. Not most Europe, but I know quite a lot of Europe. But yeah, it's fantastic, and I won't be doing that anytime soon, I don't guess, unless we change a plan and go holidaying. But it's fantastic driving in places that you've never ever driven before. Such an adventure. Of course, I was younger and braver then, wasn't I? Yeah.